everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and I am here today with a weekly WIP and Chat. So if you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're back, welcome to you as well, of course. And if you didn't know, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat just means that we are going to chat and catch up a little bit today. I'm going to be working on a diamond painting, my current WIP, if you will, and you're welcome to craft alongside me or, you know, have me keep you company, like podcast style while you're out and about, whatever you like. So looking forward to settling in and just chatting with you guys today. This is the first WIP and Chat that I will have filmed in 2024, though last week's WIP and Chat did go up on January 1st. That was technically the first one for 2024, but I do these WIP and Chats every Monday, as much as I am able. Occasionally there are exceptions, which there may be next week. Hopefully not, but I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. And these are just one of my favorite things both to do and to listen to, because I spend a lot of time watching and listening to YouTube videos as well. So let me tell you about what I am working on and with today. I'm actually working on the kit that we kitted up together last week. The kit name is Lune, and here you can kind of see the thumbnail here of the original artwork. This is by Cherriuki, and the logo is from DIYMoon Shop or DIYMoon Shop, which has in its iteration at the time, it is closed down. It's under a new name, and I think about everything about it has changed. So but yeah, so this kit is no longer available. However, Cherriuki is licensed now with Jaded Gem Shop. I don't believe this exact artwork has yet been released, but maybe I'll send Jaded Gem Shop a message and see if they can add it to their, maybe list. So anyway, it has round drills and has been really interesting to work on because I ordered this back in 2020, and that was just, it feels like a different era at this point. But before I get more into that, what I'm going to be using today, I have this pen, which is a recent purchase from Swampwood Pens. I'm a sucker for the metallics, you guys. I can't help it. The tray is from Munimade, and I am using Not Your Mama's Mud in my single placer. And then this is a new product that I unboxed in a small shop haul a few weeks ago, but haven't had a WIP and Chat to use it in since. I unboxed several putties in that video, and I think this is the last one, and it's a new to me product in shop, and I'm really excited to test out this product. I'm going to be using it in my multi-placer. This minder is from Galloway's Gallery and I hear this song from The Greatest Showman, Rewrite the Stars, and it's been honestly stuck in my head since I started working on this kit. But that is from, did I say Galloway's Gallery? Yeah, I think I did. So let me clean out my multi-placer here and put in this new putty. We'll load it up together. I really enjoy testing out new products in my WIP and Chats because then I can hopefully give you some really just genuine and authentic feedback about what it's like to work with and what my initial thoughts are. And then I usually continue to work with it for a while just to get past any learning curve there might be, see how long it lasts and stuff like that. I don't know if I make any of you cringe when I clean out my metal multi-placers. Sort of conventional wisdom and what you hear people saying out there, including honestly myself, is don't use metal tweezers to clean out your metal multi-placer. It'll mess it up. Guess what I do all the time? I don't know. I don't like scrape hard at it, and I'm kind of like, this is really just the easiest way to get the putty out. You guys, I tried the toothpick thing, and you know what I ended up with is a bunch of broken toothpick pieces in the putty. So, okay, let's take a look. This is from, oh my gosh, I said this was a new product, but I didn't say where it was from. I believe the name of the shop is Bunny Productions or X Bunny Productions. They have some really cute, like, polymer clay handcrafted stuff in there too. But as far as like direct diamond painting accessories go, I think the putty might be it. I don't remember what the scent on this one was. Let me see. Okay, it smells fruity and citrusy, so something like that. But here's the putty. Let's see if I just stab it, if that'll work. Do I want to just stab it down the middle? I'll try that. Here's one. Oh, you can't really see. Sorry, I was out of frame. I'm just kind of, I'm rocking it, trying to see if I can get a clean cut here. Let's see. It's, okay, it's a little soft, which is not a bad thing. Let's take a peek here what we're working with. Okay, so it did pull that out a little bit. I have a really old video, I think 3 years old now, ish, 3-ish years old, on loading and using putty in Multiplacer. And that was back when I just used, I think, Quake Hold Museum putty. The concept, I think, is the same, though. Okay, that's a little loose in there, but that'll be okay. All right, so we loaded up our putty. That was fine. And then let me put in a fresh bit of wax. Obviously, I use my tweezers to... I just use tweezers to clean out everything. But anyway, hi. How are you today? I hope that your week is off to a fantastic start so far. It is currently Sunday evening here, and the kids are in bed. I have just some quiet, and I get to just sit down and diamond paint. I feel like I haven't really done a ton of diamond painting today, so excuse me for yawning. Apparently I need a nap, but I'm just gonna pop that magnet under there for my cut reminder, and see if we can get started. So one fun thing about this kit, there's a lot I want to talk about and mention with this kit. So this is DIYMoon Shop circa 2020, and at the time they had really kind of a boutique experience, and one of the things that was really fun about it is that, like, you would place your order and, you know, they told you, oh, there's this long of a wait. It was made to order, and it was highly customizable. And so it was usually, I mean, you'd wait a couple months, a few months sometimes, but they would do these kind of weekly update videos on their YouTube and Instagram, and it would be really exciting because they would list the names of the people who were, like, what your order group was and what order they were packing, and when you were in process. And I just remember with friends of mine regularly watching those videos and excitedly waiting to see when our names would pop up. And then they would also film videos of them wrapping your order and packaging it up, and it was a really interesting and unique experience. I can understand why it probably wasn't sustainable as they grew and had a lot more orders to fulfill. But I have possibly very rose-colored lenses on about that whole experience. And I've been finding myself questioning just a little bit as I've gone here, like working on this kit, and gone, you know, sort of my standards, I suppose, have changed a little bit since I started diamond painting 3 years ago. Things like the drill quality on some of these colors is pretty terrible. If I had to guess, I'm pretty confident that these are acrylic round diamonds. This color is a good culprit. Let me try to show you in the tray here. You could see visibly, like, there's a lot of inconsistency with the sizing going on in here, and we do have a lot of diamonds that have, like, there's extra pooled around, like, the base, like it's not a clean cut. So I'm picking around a lot. I don't remember if the first kit that I worked on from them back in 2020 had this. I don't know. It's not every color. It's just some colors. If it was tricky like this. But it's still, like, I'm still really enjoying it because the nostalgia factor is there for me, for sure. But one of the other fun things about these was that you could order, they called them special treatment packs. And they would have, like, different, like, levels you could get. You could get, like, you know, level 1, 2, or 3, and it would have more from there. And they had, like, YouTube videos where they would show you, like, okay, here's, you know, we're demoing where you place these special treatment beads and stuff. And so I had ordered the full special treatment pack with this one, and it came, I showed you guys this last week. It came with the old gold, which is just like a gold metallic. And then it came with snow, which is just a white AB. It came with these electric diamonds. I don't know what the equivalent of that would be, almost like a sparkler. And then it had these actual star-shaped diamonds. And I've been referencing like that YouTube video that they posted 4 years ago now, demoing where to place these drills. I've been watching it back a couple of times. I've had the original artwork up in front of me to help me with placing where those special drills go, because it's in some places that are subtle and not always obvious just from the rendering on the canvas. Things like, don't mind Adam, he's watching a show. Like, oh, there was a gold star in the artwork here, and there's little sprinkles of these like white electric diamonds that are supposed to represent stars in the sky. And so I'm trying it out as I go, and just, I don't know. You know what this made me think of, though, is as soon as I got to a section that was going to have some enhancements in it that was going to take some thought and trying to decide what I wanted to do. I immediately was like, this is just like every time I try to do enhancements, I just went, this is annoying me. I don't enjoy, I'm not going to lie, you guys, I don't enjoy doing enhancements on my paintings. I felt so bad. Someone commented on a recent video, and if you are watching, I am so sorry. I think I responded to your comment and said, thank you for the suggestion. But someone commented recently and said, oh, I'd love to see a video where you talk about doing enhancements on your canvas. And I just, as soon as I saw it, I thought, there's no way. And then I did think, well, there have been a couple of videos in the past where I've covered how I've done some enhancements on my canvases before. But just generally, like, that's not something I'm going to find myself regularly doing. And honestly, the main reason I probably wouldn't do a video on that is because I don't feel like I'm the right person to talk about it. Because it's not something I feel like I actually am good at, and I don't enjoy it very much. And so I think I'm not the right person to talk about it. I'm sorry. But I get the concept behind it, but I think that when I'm diamond painting, I really just want to be able to zone out, and having to stop and think and consider and potentially like not get it right and have to pick things off and try again. It just takes away some of the joy for me, to be totally honest with you. There are lots of people out there that just do an amazing job with doing enhancements, and something that's on my sort of unwritten goals list, just something I have in my head that I want to try to do this year, is I would actually like to get one of these amazing enhancement sets that DP with Sparklers is doing now. It's the owner, and then Cheryl, which I know Cheryl sometimes watches my videos, so hello Cheryl if you're watching. They put together, and they've been doing this since last year, they've started putting together these enhancement sets that are for specific kits, and they have ones available for kits from a variety of different companies. But I actually love it because they give you like a whole write-up that basically tells you exactly where to do these swaps, and they list all the different options, and you can just buy it as a set. You can go, I want to buy the enhancement set for this kit, and they don't have everything. I don't know if you can put requests in, but the thing is they create these sets once they buy the kit, and they have the kit themselves, so they have to like own it themselves, but then they're able to look at it and really deliberately pick where they want these enhancements to go. And it's like this whole service that they offer. And so it is on my list to try that out sometime this year with the kit. I bought one of the enhancement sets actually it's a kit that Diamond Art Club sells on their Amazon storefront. It's a little snack size kit of a fox. And I don't know, I think that maybe it wouldn't be as intimidating because it is so thoroughly detailed how to do these swaps. It's not like, this one where it's given more generally to you. It's like, oh, sprinkle this in the light areas. The DP with Sparklers ones, I feel like really go into a lot of depth. Like, okay, right in this area, exactly right here, let's swap where it has this symbol for this enhancer, if I'm remembering this correctly. So, yeah, I'd like to do that sometime this year. And that might be the closest I really get to doing enhancements on my paintings. What do I say? If if you love it, I love it for you, genuinely. And I love watching other people do their enhancements and talk about them. I really, really do. There's a gal that's in, she's in a few different Facebook groups. I know she's in Diamonds and Emeralds because she'll post sometimes where she does these. She'll do like skin tone swaps, and she does a lot of enhancements. Well, I don't know if I should say her name because I haven't asked, but you probably, if you've seen them, then you know. But she just does these really, really, really amazing swaps and changes, and I'm just in awe. I'm like, I could never envision it and make it happen. But I love and appreciate so much other people that can, and all the applause to you. But anyway, that was a really random tangent. But I think it was just, with wanting to do special drill swaps in this kit, it just made me go, I have to think about this more. One of the things that I did decide to do based on what I had seen in DIYMoon Shop's demo video for this kit, as well as looking at the finished kit that Randy from You Can Call Me Butter had done of this kit, I decided that the entire moon, which you can't totally see it here, let me try to, without sending drills flying, I'm going to try to move this canvas over and show you the corner here. Okay, you see this over here? I'm doing the whole moon in gold metallics. You can see one of the star drills, the special star-shaped diamonds that's in here. Yeah, so I am doing that. We'll see kind of how it looks long term once I get the whole thing done. But I'm trying. I'm really trying it. But yeah, it's been interesting. Some of the colors in this kit are totally fine, like this one. But when I've had to struggle a little bit through the others, it's made me go, was this the same experience I had? There was a kit that I worked on in 2020 from them. The first one I worked on from them was called The Stars Who Listen by Margaret Morales, and I loved that kit. I should pull out my completed diamond paintings from like 2020 and 2021 at some point, just to kind of look at them and give and appreciate seeing them and appreciate kind of what I started with. I'm trying to remember, like, did I just, because that was, one of the first like 10 kits that I worked on and the first from the shop, were there quality issues that didn't bother me? Was I just so happy about working on it I didn't notice? Or was it just a fluke with some of the quality issues on these diamonds? But I don't know. It really, truly, though, overall is bringing me a lot of joy. Like I had mentioned last week and in a few other spaces, this is one of my rainy day kits. And it has been a lot of fun to work on. I am debating if I'm going to have to seal it, though. Some of the drills, it feels like, just don't want to totally stay on the canvas perfectly well. So this, every once in a while when I look, I feel like I see ones that are slightly popping up. And I don't know if it's the glue or kind of the diamonds. If I don't manage to pick just the right ones that don't have any little extra bits around them. I don't know, but I might need to seal it. I rarely do seal my diamond paintings, but this one has been a special project, and so I don't want diamonds to fall off, especially the special ones. Just pick and placing here because there's just a handful of this symbol. Do you guys do that, by the way? If there's just a handful of a color that you're placing, will you just pick out of the container instead of pouring into a tray? I feel like this was a question that I've seen in Facebook groups. It was forever ago. Someone asked, like, what's the maximum number of drills that you'll place from a container before you pour into a tray? And the answers really varied wildly. For me, it's probably... it depends. Especially if it's a little container that's really easy to pick out of, then I'll do like up to 10. But if it's like a bigger, deeper Elizabeth Ward container, sometimes I'll want to pour those out more quickly so that it's not such a pain to pick from. But yeah, I don't know. What about you guys? Will you ever do any kind of like pick and placing from a container, or do you always pour into a tray no matter what? Inquiring minds and all that. Here's the other thing is some of these symbols are like headache inducingly similar. Can I show you the worst culprit? Can you tell the difference between these two? Oh my gosh. On the canvas, it feels nearly impossible. One is the letter S, one is the number 8, and they are especially in this kit, they have such different hues that it really does matter. So there was one time when I placed them and I was like, I am pretty confident that I misread that symbol, but, you know, not the end of the world. Where is the number 3? Where'd you go? Okay. So, I was really excited to put up a new video this weekend that I wasn't exactly planning on doing. It was the video that I put up on how to store your completed diamond paintings. And this was one of the video ideas that I had in my head that I knew I wanted to attempt to get to sometime this year, preferably early in the year when I feel like I have more margin to do videos that require more thought and planning and production time and stuff, and just work. But I don't know what it was. I woke up yesterday morning, so Saturday morning, and just sort of, I had energy, I had motivation, I had like that itch to like, you know what, let's get this done. Let's do it. And I mean, you know, I feel like when you wake up and you have that energy and that desire, you got to jump on it because you don't know how long it's going to last. You don't know the next time it's going to come around. And so by goodness, that is exactly what I did. I knew I needed a couple of specific supplies. Like I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew I needed a couple of things. I placed a drive-up order at Target so that would be ready to go and pick up. And I had my notebook and was furiously like scribbling out. I literally have it here, you guys. I'm not even kidding. I was just like, all right, just right. It was like, here's my video on storing completed kits. And I was just like, okay, here's all the things I want to talk about. I write various stats, and yeah, I just dumped all my thoughts there because that's what works for my brain. Is once I get it on paper, it feels a lot easier to then sort of map out and work with and adjust. And then I kind of like prepped everything. I had to like carry things in like the giant portfolio, which was just, oh my gosh, that thing is so big and just so unwieldy. I honestly am thinking of pulling the kits out that are in there, converting those into this new storage system that I'm using. And I don't know where I'm going to put that. I don't know where I'm going to put that portfolio, but I don't want to just get rid of it because it was extremely expensive and I may want it again sometime in the future, but I need somewhere to put it. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I don't know. I have some some rafters in my garage. I could probably get it up and just lay it up there on. But yeah, so I also want to go through, I have a couple of portfolios under a couple of beds that have like my 2020 and 2021 kits in them laying flat. And I do kind of want to convert them to this new system as well of like underbed tote storage because it'll just be nice to have that really organized. I have in my head that like it would be fun to do a video where I'm literally like, do you want to see 150 completed diamond painting kits and literally show all of them? How wild would that be? I missed like 6 of that color right there. Good grief. But yeah, I'm absolutely not going to toot my own horn because I immediately thought of things that I wished I would have done differently or included or tested further before posting. But I was proud of myself for making that video happen, and it feels like it seems like people are enjoying it and finding it helpful or at least enjoyable to watch. And I hope that it's helpful because then now I have some place to actually really easily direct people to when I get this question, which I probably get it, maybe not quite every day, but multiple times a week, without any exaggeration here. Multiple times a week I get the question, whether it's a comment on a YouTube video or a comment on like an Instagram post of people asking, hey, how do you store all your completed diamond painting kits? Because obviously you're not hanging them all on your walls. I'm like, no, you're totally correct. I'm not hanging them all on my walls. But I like now that I have something I can point people to and say, oh, actually, like here, I demo some different options and talk about what worked for me and also some other things that maybe that would work better for your space. So I was pretty happy with how that video did come together. Okay, this wax is like, is it dirty? I think I say a little something on there. That's the other thing with these drills. Oh yeah, there's something gunky on there. I don't know if you guys notice, I don't know if it's an acrylic drills thing or what. I don't know if it's because of the material or because the tops of the diamonds tend to be less faceted. It's flatter to try to grab onto, but like it feels like you have to change your wax more often because it stops grabbing the diamonds very well. And sometimes the diamonds will just literally fall off of the pen while moving it from the tray or the container to the canvas. Things that you notice. I genuinely am not trying to be critical of this company. I feel like there were a lot of companies, including big name companies, that the drill quality was not 100% back in 2020. And I feel like as the craft grew more popular and there was more demand and they learned more, that's when we started seeing companies really upgrade and improve the quality of their materials. So I just kind of also take this as well, this was just how diamond paintings were at the time. This was just what the quality was like. We're a little spoiled now, I think. So, but yeah, I'm happy I have that video up. So it felt like, oh yay, I started off the year, like in the first week of the year, I got like a bigger video done and filmed and out there. And so I felt really good about that. I have, is it two? I think I have 2 other specific, like bigger videos in mind that I would like to do in the coming months. And one of them was an idea that someone gave me. And I should go back and look up who that was so that I can give credit. But I love this idea so much. Someone had suggested that I could do a video where I share my rainy day stash, like what kits are in my rainy day stash, and talk about why those kits are rainy day kits for me. And I really love that idea. I feel like I'm risking it a tiny bit by going ahead and like saying that out in the world at this point because, you know, others could do it, which is fine. But, you know, I do feel like the concept of like me naming it like, oh, these are my rainy day kits at the very least, you know, that's something that I'm pretty confident that I started doing, I guess, first. So I'm happy that other people use the term. It's not at all like that, but it's like, it's fine. I'm happy that the concept has spread. I like the idea of other people, sort of understanding and relating to that idea of, oh, I have kits in my stash that are special to me in some way. And so I want to do the same thing and wait and sort of save and savor them before I work on them. I like the thought and the emotion behind that, and that other people would resonate with that. It's just, I like that. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts. I've been noodling on this a little bit, and I keep feeling kind of on the fence about what I want to do. And that is about the event Marvelous May, which is an event that I created and hosted last year. Last year was the first year, and it was in celebration of Diamond Art Club's their partnership with Marvel, which I think that started in April, maybe end of March, beginning of April. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I love all things Marvel. Let's do a sort of spontaneous event in May celebrating that. And I just had to work on one of Diamond Art Club's Marvel kits. I am debating, like, do we want to do that again this year? Or does it feel like, are people just kind of like, meh, you know, it's fine. Like, it was fun to celebrate, you know, the debut of that licensing agreement or that partnership. But, you know, that was fine. Now we're good. Let me know what you guys think. I know there hasn't been, like, there have been some various Marvel kits that have released, not having, like, their own dedicated Marvel release week like they had that time. But so I know there are other Marvel kits that have released since then. There's a lot more to choose from. There's a bunch of really cute snack size ones on Amazon right now and Diamond Art Club storefront. So I'm feeling kind of neutral about it. Like, I could totally do it, and I'm sure I would have a lot of fun working on a Marvel kit. But if there's if no one else is really interested, I'm not going to force it either. So if you're watching this and happen to have thoughts on that, feel free to let me know. I welcome your input on that. Where is the number 6? Every once in a while, because what I had to do with these labels is I made a copy of them. Like I scanned it and printed out a copy and then ran it through my Xyron sticker maker and labeled these. But sometimes the printing isn't as like precisely clear as the printing on the walking legend here. Sometimes I just cross-check to make sure like I grabbed the right one, right? And I mostly have to do that with like the S and the 8 and a couple of the others. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about Marvelous May. I am still planning on, Summer with the Masters and Drills and Chills, of course. But official announcements and details are TBD. But it's, it's going to look really similar to past years. I have to figure out what in the heck we're going to do with Summer with the Masters and with some of the things that became public domain this year. I'm imagining like a Steamboat Willie Mickey next to like a Van Gogh, and I'm just kind of like, that would be interesting. But I'm not at all well versed yet in the differences between copyright and trademark and like the instances in which you actually can safely and are free to use like these properties and what that looks like. I don't know. It's like, and the artwork itself has to have been created on or before that year. That's always been our criteria. And so it's like, well, just because something became public domain, it's like the artwork of that thing would have to be from before the copyright year. It's not just, if that's how we've approached it anyway, because a lot of times we'll get people to ask, like, can I do this? Like this artwork that was inspired by Van Gogh's Starry Night. That's really the most popular one. We're kind of like, well, the art itself has to be like the artwork that you are working on has to be from before the current copyright year. I don't know. I'll just talk with my partner in crime about that and see how we want to handle. So stay tuned. We don't have any official guidelines on that yet, but we're going to want to approach it in a way that it just makes sense and is really clear and consistent, not confusing, that sort of thing. These are like slightly blocked by the camera. I'm like, where is that symbol? Okay. So I do have some fun news to share, not diamond painting related, but it could affect some diamond painting things a little bit. But I actually booked last week, like on New Year's Day, I booked a last minute flight to Ohio for this weekend. We had been kicking around the idea of me flying back to Ohio with just our oldest. And there were a lot of things at play that kind of made me go, I don't know if this is really going to work out. But then, I had a really, really nice conversation with my husband's parents, and they were really like supporting me, like, no, you really should like go fly back. Like we'll help with Micah and stuff. That's my youngest. And I just thought, well, let me see. At this point, the flights are probably just so outrageous, especially for like a holiday weekend. You guys know I logged onto the Southwest website and they were having this incredible deal on flights out of one of the nearby airports, out of Long Beach. And it was like literally half the price, less than half the price of if I would have flown out of any of the other nearby airports. And so I booked that flight so fast and got to like really happily and pleasantly surprise my mom with that the next day. And so Connor is that's my oldest, is very, very excited. And his latest special interest is airplanes. And he has just been going on and on about like asking questions like, what kind of plane is it going to be? Is it going to have how many engines, how many landing gear? And he's we're looking it up on YouTube and Google, and he's like, I wonder how the landing is going to be. Like, it just, I don't know. I don't really think that they let even kids up in the, why am I blanking on the name of it, the cockpit anymore. But maybe he could like talk to the pilot or something if there's time after we land or something. But I'm excited to fly with him, and I am anxious to leave my youngest just because there's a lot. And he really has been very attached to me lately, and he will cooperate on things for me really well. And I feel like I'm very, very highly in tune with him. And I know that he's going to be in wonderful hands. Like with my husband's going to be gone for part of the weekend himself with a prior commitment. And my in-laws, Adam's parents are great, amazing with my kids. And it's just, just them and Micah. It's going to be fine. But I'd be lying if I said there wasn't some anxiety about leaving him for a few days. We're just going for a long weekend. Connor has off Monday from school anyway, so he's just gonna miss Friday. But he's had like perfect attendance this year, so I don't think it's a big deal. This is important. I'm excited that I'm gonna get to see my brother, who is flying in from Portland as well for the long weekend. I haven't seen him in a year, and so it's gonna be a quick visit. We're gonna fly in Friday, fly out Monday. But I am so happy, and I'm so happy. Connor is very much hoping that there is going to be snow, and I just told him, we can't guarantee anything, buddy, but I hope so too. They got snow today. My mom sent me a picture. It's really just a dusting, and it's supposed to warm up this week, but there is apparently, as of this moment, a 50% chance of snow this weekend. So if y'all could send some snowy vibes to Ohio, I'd be much obliged. I have another dilemma, though, is what diamond painting am I going to take on the plane with me? Because my oldest is mostly going to entertain himself. Let's be honest. We're going to download a couple of movies, and he'll have his tablet. We'll be golden here. We'll bring some books, some games. I think he's mostly going to entertain himself. He probably will nap. He falls asleep when he's in the car for longer than 20 minutes. So he's like his mommy comes by it. Honestly, I fall asleep if I'm the passenger. I'm fine if I'm driving, but if I'm a passenger, out like a light. So I could take a paint gem mini set. That would be the easiest to diamond paint on a plane. But I might also pack in my suitcase another kit to work on. I don't know. I'm not sure. What should I do? I don't even know what kit I want to work on after this one. I kind of wanted to spend some more on my time on my cross stitch conversion after I finish this one. I'm feeling the itch to make some tracks on that fourth panel that I started. But I'm not packing up all the diamonds and everything to transport my cross stitch conversion cross country. That's not happening. So I could probably pull out a little snack size kit. I realize I'm such a bad friend. My friend Kate is an artist with Diamond Art Club, and I own all of the kits that have been released from Diamond Art Club from her, but I haven't worked on a single one. I'm so sorry, Kate. I was realizing as I was watching her year in review, she's got a channel here on YouTube called Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper. I was watching her year in review earlier and looking at all these kits, and then I realized I haven't worked on a single one. A lot of them are kind of rainy day kits for me because I'm these are by my friend. But a lot of them are cute little snack size kits, and maybe I'll pick one of those out to take with me. If nothing else, that is also on my list of things that I would like to do in 2024 is work on one of her kits for sure. But decisions. Have you guys ever traveled with diamond paintings before? Have you diamond painted on an airplane before? I have diamond painted on an airplane. It's been a couple of years, a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And I took a paint gem mini set on an airplane, and I had two different fellow passengers ask me about it. And one of them had them take a picture of the Paint Gem website on the side of the box so that they could look it up later. And then one of the flight attendants on one of my flights stopped and asked me a bunch of questions about it and was really intrigued. I think that they were all oh my gosh, aren't you worried about spilling diamonds? And I was no, it's fine. It'll be fine. So yeah, there's that going this week. And let me just, do you ever do that? I just it's nothing happened. The pen just flips and flops out of my hands. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm hoping that there's not going to be a gap in content at all. I have a couple of videos actually already sort of in my backlog to get to you guys at some point, and I already know a couple things that I have in store for content this week. I'm hoping the mail cooperates for like my Diamond Art Club sneak peek, but we'll see. The thing that I think is most likely to potentially be delayed is my WIP and Chat for next week, because that usually goes up on Mondays, and I will be at my parents' house Friday through Monday. I'll be flying back Monday. But I'll be on West Coast time in Ohio, which is 3 hours ahead. There's a very good chance that I am going to be awake well past my family members and Connor even, and may just bring my little like phone stand or something. Maybe not my full-blown tripod or phone recording arm. Though it is pretty small. I probably could easily pack it. But I may just set up and film a WIP and Chat after they go to bed, just because, why not? I always diamond paint to wind down at the end of the day, and I'll probably feel like doing that there too. So I don't know, but next week it'll be a little bit up in the air whether or not there'll be a WIP and Chat on Monday. If there isn't, I will probably try to get one to you later in the week. I don't know how I'll feel after a day of travel on Monday, if I'll feel like recording that evening or if I'll just want the evening off. And then, I'm sure there will be other videos that need to go up that week, but I don't know. We'll just I'm sure you guys will understand if we have to hold next week a little bit loosely. What else has been going on? The kids go back to school tomorrow, and I'm excited to get back into that routine and have a little bit of time back, honestly, during the day. This past week has been interesting because Adam went back to work, but the kids were still on winter break, and so he ended up we were able to make it work, actually, where he still worked from home, and the kids, we got out of the house, or they actually were pretty quiet, and it didn't really affect his work meetings too much. There wasn't, a bunch of kids in the background. They're pretty family-friendly company, but even still, I want to try to avoid having those distractions all the time, if at all possible. But it went fine. We had it was a very just relaxing week. I feel like the kids were still kind of working their way through a lot of their Christmas haul. And we just we let them have some pajama days, and it was good. Micah, though, he hasn't had speech because it was just the way his speech days have fallen. It was on Christmas and on New Year's, and then his therapists were maybe on a vacation or something, or a winter break themselves or something. So it's been a couple of weeks since he's had speech, but we are starting back to that tomorrow as well. We're gonna hit the ground running this week. I am totally going to pay for it, though, because I have just let myself get away with staying up really late over this break, because it's been 2.5 weeks I haven't had to get kids up for school. It's my own doing. I knew that it was going to be a problem. I've been trying to work my schedule back a bit earlier, but I think tomorrow is going to be rough, because I'm going to get up and get Connor to school, and then I can't just go back to bed. Then I have to take Micah to speech, so I have to be functional and out in public more than just walking to school. So we will see. As you're watching this WIP and Chat, I may be stumbling my way through the morning, but no, it really will be nice to be back in our routine and the swing of things. For sure. My oldest is definitely the age where he's like, when's my next break? I don't want to go back to school. I like being on break. And I'm like, I totally get it, kiddo. I fully empathize, but also, I cannot wait to be back in our school routine. So it'll be good. It'll be a little adjustment, of course, but it'll be good. As far as just an overall check-in, I feel like I've been feeling better as far as mental health goes. I'm feeling pretty level and a bit more sort of like myself, and so that's encouraging to see. I have been a bit more consistent this week about regularly taking an iron supplement, which I did start because I had some recent blood work done that showed that I have worsening anemia, and I'm gonna have I have another appointment or two where I'm gonna be talking with some other doctors to maybe get some more insight and see if there's some other sort of treatment things for the causes of that. But anyway, in the meantime, trying to take some iron because I'm pretty sure it's an iron deficiency anemia, and that could be a reason for some of my fatigue and some other just ways that my body in general is feeling. And so I don't know if just the way that I'm feeling is because of the iron or because, we are trying out like a little bit higher dose of my anxiety and depression med, but I'll take it, I'm happy for it. I like feeling level. I like feeling just sort of like myself, and I am really, really grateful for that. I am unfortunately having some mild headaches these past couple of days. I'm trying not to worry too much because I just about a week ago started on the higher dose of my anxiety med, and when I first started it, I had a few days of headaches and then those went away entirely. But I just am nervous because a really common side effect of this medication is headaches, and my headaches and migraines spiking were reasons why I had to stop others and switch to this one. But I'm trying to be optimistic because I know that after just a few days after I adjusted, when I started this one, the headaches went away completely. So here's hoping. Fingers crossed, because I would really love to be able to stay on this and continue to feel better and feel the way that I'm feeling. But we're going to keep taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. See, this color is fine. I'm able to multi-place through this one without major issues, which is really nice. As far as what I have been reading and watching and listening to this week, well, reading has just still continued to not be a place where I haven't been picking up books. I've been on Archive of Our Own plenty, but not I don't know, I've been really wanting to try to get back to my more traditional books, TBR. I still haven't read Iron Flame. I wanted to do a reread of the 2 Crescent City books before the 3rd one comes out at the end of this month, and I'm not feeling audiobooks at all when I'm diamond painting. So, but that, it'll come back around. It's just gotta let that mood pass, just gotta let the brain do what it's gonna do. I did watch quite a few new things this week, though, as far as my watching goes. So I kept pulling up my various streaming apps and going, what do I want to watch? Nothing looks good. What do I want to watch? Nothing looks good. Well, I ended up I just sort of remember that I had been meaning to watch this little mini docu-series on Amazon Prime called Lula Rich, which was, I think it came out in, 2021, about LuLaRoe, which, if you're in my demographic and age bracket, very likely that you have heard of it and possibly even went through a phase like I did. LuLaRoe is I say is because I think they're still around, a direct sales / multi-level marketing / depending on your definition of things, a pyramid scheme, but not technically because there are actual goods being exchanged anyway, of clothing. And they're most well known for their leggings. And I was really, really into buying it. I was never a consultant. But I really was into the clothing for a while. It was shortly after my oldest had been born, and it was clothing that genuinely, the way that it fit and the way that it looked on me and the way that it felt, it made me feel good about my body in a way that I hadn't since I had my first kid. And so I bought a lot of it. But I certainly noticed some of the weird and kind of shady things that started happening. And this little mini docu-series really dove into it, and it was equal parts fascinating and horrifying to see it broken down and to see the receipts and everything, especially because it was something that I was so deeply into. I was in so many Facebook groups and doing a lot of shopping, and I was sort of fascinated by the whole thing. So I watched that little docu-series, and then I did end up watching the, I think, first 4 episodes that were available as of last week of the Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus, and I mean, I liked it. I would have loved to be able to just watch the whole season in one go. Now I have to like wait for a new episode a week. It's been a while since I watched a show in that kind of format. Well, I guess since Loki, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun. You could tell that they really like have put some money and some production value into it. And I mean, I don't remember a lot about the books, but I'm enjoying it for as it is, as I'm consuming it at the moment. And then just yesterday or the day before, I was scrolling through Netflix, and it's like the section that was, recommended for you. And there was one that caught my eye, and I clicked in and watched the preview for it, and I went, okay, I think I want to give this a try. And it is for the live action adaptation of One Piece, which was originally, okay, forgive me, I don't know if it started as a manga or if it started just as the anime, as in if you're not familiar, as like a written book, like Japanese comic book, graphic novel, or if it started as the anime would just be, the TV show version of it. But Netflix has the rights for it and did a live action adaptation of it. The anime, I think Adam was looking it up the other day. The anime is on its like 20 something season and has over 1,000 episodes. I thought, well, I'm not diving into that. The live action adaptation has 1 season so far. It came out in 2023, so last year. It's so funny to say last year when it was like a minute ago. But and it has 8 episodes. I'm I think 4 episodes in, and I'm enjoying it a lot. If you enjoy, anime or manga, like it might be up your alley, but frankly, if you enjoy those things, you've probably already heard of this show. So, but it's, Adam and I remember talking about it at one point a while back, and then he like looked over my shoulder. He's like, "Are you watching One Piece?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I was gonna watch that show." I was like, "Well, I can't. We're so bad at watching shows together. I can't wait for you to watch every show that we're both kind of interested in." But no, that's been fun. So I guess I'm sort of finding different shows and things to watch and that are holding my interest. As far as what I'm listening to, well, after like posting my start photo for this picture, this kit, and using this minder, that like got me on a very brief like 2-day binge of re-listening to the Greatest Showman soundtrack, and that was fun. That was a fun little trip down like memory lane of I was really into this for a little while. We saw Hugh Jackman. He did, I don't know if it was like a full like nationwide tour or if he just had a couple of stops in LA, but it was like this whole amazing show where he sang and like did various bits from various parts of like his portfolio of work, and it was so much fun. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Like I wonder if he's doing anything like that again. It was a lot of fun. We saw it at like the Hollywood Bowl, and when was that? Was that pre 2020 events? I don't remember. I think it was. I think it would have had to be. But anyway, so that was just a fun little throwback there. But yeah, as far as what's coming up this week, I have several videos planned and lined up already. I'm hoping, like I said, that I'll be filmed ahead for when I'm out of town. I'll be vlogging my way through that trip for my Patreons. I do have a Patreon if you are interested in supporting me further, but that's, you guys, the support that you give me just by watching my videos is incredible and all that I could ever ask for. There's sometimes people that enjoy having a little bit of a behind the scenes look at things and supporting me additionally, which just lets me do that much more with my channel. And I have my Patreon link below. And one of the things that I do is weekly vlogs, and I get to chat and hang out with you throughout the week. It's like extended WIP and Chats, but you get to see a lot of my face. And in cases like this, when I'm going to Ohio, it's like we'll vlog our way through that. You'll get to see some of my home state and our travels and Connor loving airplanes and stuff. But anyway, I've talked way longer than I normally like to talk about Patreon, just because I never want that to be like a it feels weird sometimes. So I'm going to move on from that and just say I am looking forward to the videos I have coming for you this week and picking out what kits I want to work on after I finish this one and while I'm traveling. What were the questions I asked you earlier? Okay, so one was, what do you guys think about Marvelous May? Would you be interested in seeing that happen again this year, or are you over it? You are not going to hurt my feelings. Like I said, I'm fully neutral about this event at this point. And also, there was like a funny question I asked you. Oh, will you ever just pick drills straight out of a container to place? And if so, like what's the max number of drills that you'll pull from a container before you'll decide, oh no, I need to dump this into a tray because it's too many to pick from a container, if that makes sense. But yeah, you guys, thanks for spending some time with me today. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, how about, I think we did this last week. I'm just going to go with it again as some kind of celestial emoji, whether it's a moon or stars or something space related. Oh no, last week I did like a New Year's celebratory emoji. Okay, so this one I guess isn't exactly the same. But yeah, just moon or stars or something space related, because we've got the lovely Lune here. But you guys, thanks for spending some time with me today. Again, like I said, if you made it all the way to the end and you're not already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe because you'd probably like it here because you've listened to me ramble for over an hour. But I hope you guys have a week and a day and a start to your 2024 that is as wonderful and amazing as you are. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye.